Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.wordpress.com, back again here with another Ferrero Friday project, and this time it's showcasing the lovely new Oh So Succulent suite, which includes this lovely designer series paper, this super cotton ribbon and some framelits that make this pretty flower here. So this is a box that's kind of inspired a bit by a Yorkie bar. For those of you that have Yorkie bars, it's kind of a bit of a, almost like a gold bullion bar sort of type shape. I just thought it was a bit of fun to kind of have it popping in there rather than traditional box. The belly band slides off and you end up with a box here that holds 6 Ferrero, and I've designed it as well so that as well as being a snug fit for Ferrero, it actually folds flat as well. It's a similar style to ones we've done before. Because I've made it using card, I've trimmed away the extra card here, but if you were going to make it entirely out of designer series paper, I'd recommend that you actually kept the paper and just did the scoring and then glued it like so, because it would still work and it would give a bit of reinforcement and strength to your box. So that one was made in inches, and I will put the measurement in inches on my blog. You'll see the details down below, as you will details of where you can go to buy the Stampin Up supplies. And you're going to need a piece, this one is in centimetres, a piece of cardstock that is 28 by 20 centimetres. And you're going to start scoring on the long edge at 5, at 10, then you're going to score at 18, so this is to give it the wider base, and then at 23 centimetres. Then you're going to mark just at the top and bottom of each side at 11.5, so 11.5, and you're just going to make a little mark, and at 16.5, which is that horrible measurement that sits in the middle there on your trimmer, but if you can just about see it, and again just mark top and bottom, so you've got a little indent there. Okay, make that one slightly bigger actually. Right, then turn it into portrait, so that's the short edge at the top, and you're going to score at 5 and 15 centimetres. 5 and 15. Okay, so pop our scoreboard away for the moment and get out our trusty score tool and our ruler, and we're just going to do some manual scoring now. First of all, you're going to score these 4 corners here, just from the outside edge diagonally. Okay, then take the little mark we made and just score there, just so, take the edge into the corner. Hopefully you can see that just there. Okay, and repeat on the other side. So again, take our mark and just into the corner. Okay, so pop that to one side, and now you need your bone folder, and you're just going to reinforce all of those pieces. Once you've done the squares, then you're going to do the do these corners. So they're coming in and folding back on themselves like so. Okay, so again, fold in and then back on itself. You can see that, so I'm just doing reinforcing like so. Again, on the same on the other side, so fold it in, like doing it in reverse, and then fold up, there you go, like so. Trying to get it so that I don't get the shadows, there we go, from the light, which I'm failing miserably with. There you go, just fold and reinforce. And then the last ones are these little ones here, and if you just bend those up like so, you're folding in from the outside edge. Okay. Now you need your scissors. Just trim away those outer 4 squares, and these are the ones that I said if you're making it with DSP, you just stick those down as they were, make a fold flat box. Yeah, and it would fold up like that. But so with the card it makes it a little bit bulky. So what we're going to do is trim away these corners, and I'm also going to trim diagonally across the corner as well. So you can do it all in one go, so you can trim down and then diagonally. Doesn't matter if you're not quite square, you'll be pleased to know, having made a mess of that one. So again, down and then across. And then the last one, down that edge and across. So obviously because we're using card, we're going to be using our fuse here, and all you're going to do is come in with your fuse on this tab here. So as you can see, it's on these 4 corners, and simply fold those in, give them a good burnish down, and that's our basic box. So as you push it up, you just push the sides in and you'll see those close down, and your lid folds over the top like so. And all that remains is to make our belly band. So for our belly band we need a piece of Design Series paper, and so I've used this lovely one here. You can see it's got Calypso coral on the back. I really enjoyed working with this pattern here, and you're going 7 by 24 centimetres, and you're going to score just lightly at 4, at 9, at 14 and at 19 centimetres, and then just gently crease those with your fingers. We don't want to make our belly band too tight, otherwise we won't be able to slide it on and off. So what I'm going to do is literally just put it round our box, so you obviously fit your Ferrero in there, and just gently fold it like so. Literally, oh, I've possibly made that just a touch on the short side actually. There we go. Okay, and then all you need to do is just add a bit of glue. So I would actually make that probably just a touch. Probably another centimetre, so probably 25 centimetres. But that fits on, as you can see, and it does slide quite nicely. Then I'm going to use some of this lovely cotton ribbon that comes in a pack of 2, and the other one is a lovely, you see here, gorgeous one as well. So you've got a lovely pair of ribbons there, and all you need to do is just loosely measure a little bit of overlap and snip off, and then I'll trim that a little bit closer when now I've got it on. Okay, and all I'm going to use is just a little bit of double-sided tape to adhere that. Because it's ribbon, it can be a little bit tricky to glue together. Just a small bit of super sticky red tape, and then pokey tool when you're getting it off ribbon is essential, but again just gently fold that around. You don't want to add any extra pressure. So there's our basic box with our ribbon around, and then we're going to use these delightful new dies which you'll see here in this set, and it's called Succulent Framelits. And there are 3 dies here which all go together to make a lovely flower, which you can obviously layer up. For those of you that have seen Stampin' Up things for a while, it's very much like the punch we used to have. But obviously this is much, much better because you can actually do all three with one go on your die cutting machine, and you'll have three lovely flowers. So all I'm literally doing is popping those on my die cutting machine and popping them through on some sweet sugar plum cardstock. And you see there, with one pass you get three flowers. So very quick and easy, and it comes with a whole load of other accents as well and lovely flowers, and there you go. So those are your three flowers, and what we're going to do now is what we've done when we've made flowers before. I'm going to tidy some things out of the way. First thing we're going to do is actually do some inking, and you need to take just a bit of sponge and come in with our sweet sugar plum ink, and you're just going to gently sponge all the way around the edge of those flowers. And I've done it right at the very start, because that way you get the it's much easier to actually get it in place. So what you do is just take a piece of, what I've taken is an ordinary sponge which I've cut into four, and then just literally sponge around the edge. You can do both sides if you're going to curl them up if you want to, or you can just do the top edge. And the beauty of this is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't matter what colour, so depth of colour. You can do more or less shading as you want. You generally get a bit of a darker edge anyway where you come in with your sponge through pressure, and then all you do is come in with bone fold. Just be careful not to rip the petals. I have been known to do that before now, and you're just stretching the fibres of the card. So once you've shaped them, I just push in very slightly, and then come in again with your ink and just do the tips. And you can make that quite a tight little bud. Do the same on the next size up. And then on the last one as well. So, again, you put your inked face down, because that's the side that's at the top, and just come in. It's actually pretty easiest to do on the very large one. It's a little bit more substantial. So again, I then just curl that up and put a bit on like so. And then all you need then is a little bit of wet glue, which you pop in the centre of each of the two, like so. And you'll see I'm just offsetting, which is why the wet glue is important, those petals, like so. And then the same again, that smaller one. So you see I'm putting the petals in the middle, and then you can just curl that up. Obviously the idea is that these look like those gorgeous stuffed cactus that you can get. So if we bring our box back in, that's going to go in the centre on the top there. And again, I would use either a dimensional or a couple of glue dots to stick that on the top there. Use your pokey tool to get your glue dot, and find a glue dot. Literally, I've just put one here. I've picked up a couple on the front there, and once that's in place, you can then shape your flower. And obviously I put rhinestones on mine other one as well, so you could do that. And then the sentiment actually comes from this stamp set here, which is the Basket of Wishes stamp set. And I've used a 1 1/4 inch punch for the background. No, I've used a 1 1/2 inch punch for the background and 1 1/4 inch punch for the sentiment. So we've got a circle there, and it's a useful set that has lots of different sentiments in it, and make up those pretty baskets as well, which you'll see in a moment. So all you need to do is just stamp your sentiment, come in with the 1 1/4 inch punch, which you'll see just fits really well around that one. And you can ink around the edges if you want to as well. You could add rhinestone, whatever you wanted to do just to pretty that up. Attach to your sentiment. And then on the back there, all I'm going to pop is a couple of dimensionals, or 1 dimensional cut in half, which is going to sit either side of the ribbon. And that'll just make it easier because it'll sit proud of the ribbon then. So pop half a dimensional on either side. And there we have our 6 Ferrero gift box using the new Oh So Succulent Designer Series paper. And I hope you've enjoyed that. It's a bit of a bigger project. You can then decorate with whatever you want on the top. A few rhinestones, as you'll see here, really bring it to life. I hope you'll agree that's a lovely gift project that you could would be happily received by anybody, either on their birthday or as a thank you gift when you go to visit. And I say it just simply closes with that belly band that you can just slide on like so. Put it in. It will go on. There you go. With a belly band. Thank you for watching. Come back and see me soon. Bye bye.